This has been a busy year for the FE and skills sector, with COVID-19 having a significant impact on providers, staff and learners. As you will know, we launched the Education Inspection Framework for further education and skills providers in September. This put the curriculum and the quality of education at the heart of what we do. I'm pleased that the EIF has been so well received by providers and that we have been able to extend it to prison inspections. Although our routine inspections were suspended in March, we've still been busy improving the way we inspect and report. Over the summer term, we worked with a sample of providers to look at the delivery of online learning, and since September, we've been conducting interim monitoring visits to providers. We found that many learners valued the convenience of online delivery, and it also helped some anxious students re-engage with their studies. However, we also found the lack of suitable technology and connectivity was an issue for many learners. More recently, we've published our research report on subcontracting in further education and skills. We found that previously, providers have not always had the subject or industry expertise to manage subcontracted provision well. It's important that we build a clearer picture of this landscape, and the best way to do this is by sampling more subcontracted provision in our inspection reports. We'll be doing this over the coming year. Looking at the FE and skills sector more generally, and over the last academic year, the inspection picture has remained quite stable. Around 80% of all further education and skills providers were judged to be good or outstanding at their most recent inspection. The best performing providers were community learning and skills providers and 16 to 19 academies. 92% of community learning and skills providers are good or outstanding. These providers have strengthened their governance arrangements and have focused much more on the disadvantaged members of their local communities. This has enabled them to offer a curriculum that is really relevant to the needs of their learners. At the other end of the scale is apprenticeship provision, where roughly 1 in 10 apprenticeship providers were found to be inadequate at inspection. This is the worst performing provision type that we inspect and is clearly too high a figure. Moreover, we are still finding many new apprenticeship providers making insufficient progress when we conduct their first new provider monitoring visit. And it would be remiss of me not to highlight today the very worst performing area that we inspect in further education and skills, prison education. Only 45% of prisons where we inspected education provision were judged to be good or outstanding. This simply isn't good enough. And this is a message we have reported for many years. Education is vital to rehabilitation and reducing reoffending. And if we're serious about creating a pathway for prisoners to reintegrate with society, education in prisons needs to improve, and improve quickly. I do now want to say how well the further education and skills sector has risen to the challenge brought about by the pandemic. I realise that the planning involved to safely reopen provision after lockdown and return to on-site delivery has been immense. I'm also aware of the challenges the apprenticeship sector is having, with many apprentices being furloughed and many others losing their jobs. The financial impact of the pandemic on some areas of the sector has also raised questions about sustainability. We know many providers have significantly reduced income streams as a result of a reduction in apprenticeship delivery, for example. Sadly, this means that some providers have ceased trading, and we are aware that many continue to worry about their finances. We will continue to closely monitor this, as the sufficiency of high quality provision is central to supporting the skills needs of the economy. And finally, As we look to next year, I do want to say how much we are looking forward to taking on the responsibility for inspecting apprenticeship provision at levels 6 and 7. This will ensure consistency across apprenticeships at all levels, and I very much look forward to talking about our findings in this new area of work next year. Thank you for listening today, and do please have a read of the annual report, where you'll find more details about the points I've raised and far more besides. Thank you.